2023 has started to a fast and competitively hot start. All eyes in the distance world were on the Chevron Houston Marathon this past weekend, despite the fact that college students all over the nation are returning from winter break and athletes like Abby Steiner are starting their indoor seasons. The shorter competition has also received even more attention since Emily Sisson decided to take the authentic world by storm and stun everyone. What happened in Houston? In case you missed the action, here's all you need to know. The year 2022 ended at one of Houston's best feel-good starts. Thanks to Keira D'Amato, the 37-year-old mother of two broke the record that was set by the legendary Deena Kastor in 2006 by winning the Chevron Houston Marathon in the quickest time ever by any American woman, 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 12 seconds. She had previously given up competitive racing years earlier. It was anticipated that D'Amato's name would remain at the top of the list for a long time, as no other American-born female had yet broken the 2:20 barrier. That was only the case though because young talent Emily Sisson, who is best known for her victories on shorter track distances, still hadn't fully demonstrated her promise as a road racer. Fast forward to less than 5 months later, Sisson defied the odds in Indianapolis. She completed the half marathon in 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 11 seconds, and then showed that her performance was no fluke by breaking D'Amato's flimsy marathon record with a 2:18:29 at the Chicago Marathon in mid-October. The Chicago Marathon, that's a big deal. The Chicago Marathon is no small competition. In 2022, the Chicago Marathon attracted more than 40,000 participants from over 100 nations and 50 states across the globe. That's huge. Yet, Emily Sisson's head towered high above her competitors as she set a record for the quickest time by an American woman in her second-place finish in the Chicago Marathon in October. While it is true that Sisson came in about 4 minutes after the winner, Ruth Chepngetich, her time of 2:14:18, the second fastest women's time in history, was only 14 seconds behind the world record. It was a quick and equally stiff competition. Anyway, Sisson's stature has grown to the point that having her in any race field is very significant, so a big kudos to the Chevron Houston Marathon crew for including her a few weekends back. The 31-year-old New Balance athlete and Providence College alumni would return to the Aramco Half Marathon on Sunday as a warm-up for a spring marathon. Sisson, who on her last trip to Houston in 2019 was more of a face in the audience than a star attraction, said that Houston was a good stepping stone and a good tune-up for her as she sort of smiled and recalled that she had finished at 30-something in the half marathon. Her expectations have undoubtedly risen a little. Well, a little, that's a bit of an understatement. Her expectations have skyrocketed. She said in an interview that she felt very good coming off Chicago and was just pleased to be getting back into it. She had originally intended to have a decent run when she signed up for Chicago, but she struggled a bit throughout the summer and surprised herself a little. However, both her fall training and race day went smoothly. In an interview in Chicago following the conclusion, a very delighted Sisson admitted throughout she was truly unaware of her pace. She didn't know what speed she was running until approximately a mile into the race because she had only been told to follow her pacers and not to worry about the clock. She was aware that she must have been on the verge of breaking either the 2:20 record or the American mark, because a few people had urged her to pick it up, but she was unsure of which one it was. Enough about Chicago, let's talk about her most recent achievement, Houston. After a record-breaking 2022, the 31-year-old from Flagstaff, Arizona launched 2023 with a boom. That sounds like a terrific headline to describe what Sisson managed to achieve in Houston. At the Houston Half Marathon on Sunday morning, Emily Sisson raced a 1 hour 6:52, shattering her own American record by 19 seconds and taking second place overall. She boasts 4 of the top 6 all-time best times for the distance by an American woman and is the first woman in the country to run on a record-eligible course in 67 brief minutes. She still averaged 507 miles per mile for the record run. Ethiopian Hiwot Gebrekedin got the race started quickly, covering the first 5K in 15:14, a 4:54 pace, and she held on to win in 1 hour 6:28. Sisson gained on Gebrekedin during the race. Still, she afterward questioned if she could have run more quickly with a more consistent effort in an interview after the match, saying, "I think I could have run a little more evenly, so I'm hoping to run another half and run even faster." Can you smell the determination? It's pretty intoxicating. This determination is the reason why, since leaving Providence College, where she won 2 significant Big East championships, she has finished 6th in the 2019 London Marathon, her first 26.2-mile race, and in late 2020, she missed breaking Molly Huddle's previous American record of 1 hour 7:26 at the Valencia Half Marathon. She finished 9th in the 10,000 meter at the 2017 IAAF World Championships in London. Sisson has a very impressive record from high school, even up until her college years. The cross-country athlete has won 4 high school state championships while competing at Parkway Central High School in Chesterfield, Missouri, Omaha Marion High School, and Millard North High School in Omaha, Nebraska, all members of the Nebraska School Activities Association and Missouri State High School Activities Association. She ran her first Diamond League race in 9:53 after winning a 2-mile race. In the Adidas Jim Ryan Girls Dream Mile in the New York Diamond League in June, she also ran a personal best time of 4:44.02. Sisson came in 3rd place, 17:19, behind Megan Goethals, who won the race, and Chelsea Svensson in the 2009 Foot Locker Cross Country Championships. She placed 29th at the national finals of the 2008 Foot Locker Cross Country Championships. 29th? Doesn't sound like an impressive position, does it? Well, she probably figured that ultimately too, because she didn't stop there. Even during her time in college, Emily kept practicing and competing, pushing herself to do more. Sisson redshirted her first fall at the University of Wisconsin before she transferred to Providence College to get trained under Ray Tracy. So, all her years of tireless hard work and consistency paid off in the end. At the NCAA Division I Cross Country Championships in 2013, Sisson placed 7th in the 6,000 meter with a record time of 20:17.5. She also set an NCAA Division I Indoor Track and Field 5,000 meter record, bagged 3 NCAA titles, and earned All Big East and All-American honors 11 good times. While competing for the Wisconsin Badgers as a freshman, she also earned Big Ten Freshman of the Year honors in both outdoor track seasons and All Big Ten honors in cross country. Well, how fast can she go, you might wonder? Sisson is probably not as quick as Kenyan or Ethiopian runners, so the 2 Ethiopian women with faster personal bests that entered in the Houston Half, Tirunesh Dibaba and Hiwot Gebrekedin with her, did seem to be invincible. Women's distance running is taking off right now, and there are a lot of American women capable of running very fast times, Sisson said. Sometimes it can be a timing thing. She couldn't be more correct. It's a matter of time and chance. Specifically, she found herself in a super fast field on the streets of Chicago, which means being in the right place at the right time. The 5'2" Sisson rose to the occasion admirably, thanks to the alignment of the planets, giving the task that awaits in 13 months the much-needed boost of confidence it sorely needed, obtaining the right to compete for the United States in the Paris Olympic Marathon in 2024. Sisson will undoubtedly qualify for the U.S. Olympic Trials field in February 2024 thanks to her impressive American record, but she'll still need to perform well on race day. The biggest disappointment of her career was probably not being able to make the American team for the Tokyo Olympics as a marathoner. That broke my heart, she said. Sisson had unwisely chosen to abandon the race at about mile 22, hoping to preserve her legs and keep them at least somewhat fresh for the approaching track trials, which would naturally be delayed by a full year due to the epidemic. She previously admitted in an interview that although she typically has little trouble moving on from disappointing races, she found it really difficult with this particular one. Nothing further could be done, and even if there had been, her body didn't feel good. At the moment, Emily Sisson has made so much progress that it all seems like ancient history now.